Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to work together in a low level of intensity practice to gently mobilize the body and also to strengthen and support the respiratory system. So right now with the stay-at-home order, we're obviously probably not doing as much activity. We're not going to the gym, and we aren't strengthening our lungs in the way that we normally would. So it's particularly important for these practices that we focus on keeping the muscles in our abdominal region and thoracic area strong and active. So we're going to be doing that today as we work up to our peak pose, which will be bridge. So one thing before we head on to our mats is I'd like to invite you. We haven't really discussed props in these video classes, and what I've done is I have brought just a yoga block that I have at home, but not everyone has these at home, so I'd also like to share with you a homemade yoga block, which is a stack of books. So if you have something like that at home, it's a couple of sturdy, good books, are pretty similar in size and can support you in your practice. Another yoga prop made at home is just a regular belt that you would wear around your waist, or you could use the belt of a robe, you could use a necktie. That can also be very helpful. So don't be afraid to get creative and use your props at home. So let's head on to our mats, and I'm going to take my little blocks with me, and we are going to start by just having a seat. If you're comfortable sitting flat on the ground, that's fine too, but right now my hips are a little bit tight. It's morning time. And we're going to take a few moments here to just let our breath flow freely as we tune in. We check in from head to toe, noticing any tension, any sensations in our body, noticing any areas of pain perhaps. And another note on that is through our video yoga practices, we might have a different level of communication. If you have any injuries, please do. If you haven't already informed me, let me know about them so that I can be sure that I am providing plenty of adaptations that will also serve you and your level of ability in these classes. Otherwise, a good rule of thumb always is to just listen to your body. If anything ever hurts, just don't do it. It's not worth it, okay? So noticing your breath, noticing any sensations. Good. So the first breathing activity that we're going to do is a great way to energize and also release pent up energy. So what I'd like for you to do, and I'm going to do the same here, is gather up some tension that's within you, and that can be energetic, it can be physical as well, but anything that is serving as a source of tension in your life, and I know that I have plenty, go ahead and gather that into your fists, and make fists with both of your hands super duper tight and strong here. So we're gathering that tension into our fists, and we're going to hold on to it here, knowing that in a moment we're also going to be able to let it go. So pull that tension in towards your chest, and on an inhale, we're going to shrug our shoulders up to our ears and bring that tension up towards our head, and we'll roll our shoulders back and down, keeping our fists tight here. Inhale again, shrug the shoulders up, bring all that tension into your neck. And on an exhale, go ahead and let out a loud sigh with a ha. Good. So don't be afraid to get loud with this. I know I can't hear you through the screen, but you don't have to be shy. That's really what makes this exercise potent and energizing. So go ahead, bring that tension back into your fist. We're going to do 2 more full rounds just like this. Take an inhale, bring that tension up into your shoulders, lift it up towards your ears, roll the shoulders down your back. One more time, roll the shoulders forward and up. Bring all the tension up into your head and good. One more time, bring the tension into your hands, create strong arms, shrug the shoulders up to your ears, roll the shoulders back, One more deep inhale, really strengthen the arms, and strong breath out. Great. So if I haven't scared you away yet, go ahead, shake out that extra tension in your hands. And we're going to move on over to our mats. So you can go ahead and move your set of blocks or block to either side or one end of the mat. And come to lying down onto your back. So I'm just going to rest the back of my head. I have to fix my ponytail here. On the end of my books here. My arms are either down by my side or you can bring them onto your belly if you'd like. Just begin to rock your head gently from left to right. So noticing this space that's building in your neck area, also in your shoulders. So just taking your time, almost ironing out the space in the back of your skull. Breathing freely here. Good, and come back to a neutral position so that your head is just back down on the block, or if that's not comfortable, you can bring your head all the way down onto the mat. And we're going to bend both of our knees here. And we're going to step our feet out to the outer edge of our mat. So the knees are bent. And then we can take a deep breath in as we extend our arms out to the side and gently let our knees fall over to the right. So working to create as small of a gap between the mat and your lower back as possible. So really focusing on pressing your entire spine into the mat. And holding here for about 3 full breaths. So every pose that we do together in these video classes feels a little bit short because these are shortened lessons. But know that you are always invited to come back and spend as much time as your body needs in any of these poses. If you notice that this isn't creating enough of a stretch for you, you can always lift your right foot up and just gently rest it on the outside of your left knee. That'll add a little bit extra weight, which will take the twist deeper. Good. So go ahead and release the right foot back to the outer edge of your mat if it is not there already, and take a deep breath in, lift both knees up. And on the exhale, we'll let the knees fall over to the opposite side, the left side. So now my head is going to turn away from my knees and my nose will point towards my right extended arm. Again, working to keep the lower back engaged with the mat. And letting your breath just naturally flow in and out through the nose. We'll take 2 more full breaths here. Good, inhale, lift the knees back up through center. Now I'm going to slide my block out from beneath my head so that the back of my head can come fully in contact with the mat. And now I'm going to bring my knees in towards my chest. And this is a good time if you have a belt or strap next to you. If you need this strap, you can use it by just dangling the strap over your shins and then pulling the knees towards you. Or if it's available to you, you can also just use your hands by wrapping your hands around each shin. And we're going to gently rock from left to right here. So when we rock our knees to the left, we'll turn our heads to the right, so the opposite direction. And then back and forth that way. So moving slowly and intentionally. When we twist our knees to the left, our chin turns to the right, and vice versa. So when our knees go to the right, our gaze goes to the left. Couple more just like this. Good. So you can go on and extend your left leg straight out away from you. Keep the right knee bent and place it down on the mat or floor. So now I'm going to extend my left arm straight above my head. So the same side that's extended, my left side. So there's one long line going from the very, very tip of my middle left finger all the way down my side to my left heel. So engage the muscles in your left leg. So you can do that by flexing your heel. Your toes will point up towards the ceiling. And what you can do then is just wrap your right hand around your left rib cage so that you can feel here as the muscles that surround your lungs begin to work here. So we're going to take a deep inhale and really feel it with your right hand. Take a deep breath in and extend your left fingertips away from the left heel. And exhale, let your limbs be soft. So feel the difference there. We're going to take 2 more rounds just like that. Take a deep breath in, feel the expansion through your rib cage, and exhale, relax. One more time, really breathe into your lungs and release completely. Good. So now we'll switch sides, this time extending the right leg and right arm, wrapping the left hand over the right ribs, bending the left knee. And on an inhale, we'll extend the right heel away from the fingertips, breathing into the right side of our rib cage. And exhale, release. Inhale, feel your lungs expand as you stretch through the right side of your body. And exhale, allow everything to soften. One more time, just like that. And relax. Great. So go ahead, bring both feet now onto the mat. And we'll take a moment here before we head into our peak bridge pose. We're going to check in on our breath and we'll do our 2-part breath. So bringing your right hand onto your belly and your left hand onto your chest. We're going to focus on breathing from the bottom of our belly up into our chest. So take an inhale and work to create expansion through your right hand first. So you should feel your lower hand move before your upper hand. Go ahead and try now. Inhale deeply, feel your right hand rise, and then your chest will expand. Hold the breath for just a moment and then release from the chest. So the chest will fall first and then the belly. Good. So 2 more like that. Inhale through the belly and the chest. And let the air release from the chest, then the belly. 1 more. Let your belly expand. Let your chest expand, and then let your entire body deflate from the chest down to the belly. Great. So now we're ready for our bridge pose, and we'll maintain that same quality of breathing. So if you'd like, you can bring a set of blocks to support beneath your hips. I'll show you both ways, starting with the option with blocks. So I'm just going to lift my hips enough to slide my blocks underneath so that my hips are raised for this gentle inversion. And my knees are about hips distance apart. And you can tell what's hips distance apart by just bringing both fists together like this and measuring. So The insides of your knees should touch the outside edges of your fists, and then you lower your feet down. So shins should be parallel as well. And we'll hold here for at least a minute. So all we need to do here is just let gravity do the work. So an inversion is when our heart is lifted even just slightly above our brain, which is exactly what we're doing now. So if you'd like to take this deeper, you could add another block, like so. Or you could remove the blocks completely. So once you've found a spot that's good for you, don't bother continuing to take it further. But working to press the hands into the mat, palms face down. Hips are pulled up. Chin tucks towards the collarbone. Notice your quality of breath here. And when you're ready, you can slowly begin to move the blocks away from beneath your hips and then unroll your spine onto the mat, letting your tailbone fall to the floor last. And then bring your knees in. Maybe gently rock from left to right. Maybe give your knees a squeeze, a gentle hug. And then roll all the way onto one side. Use your upper arm to press your body up. And return to a comfortable neutral seated position. And we'll take one final cleansing breath today. In through the nose. And exhale. Great. Thank you so much for joining me in this energizing practice. I hope that you all have a great week. Stay healthy, stay strong, and I look forward to seeing you soon.